Yo, what is up, fellow YouTubers? We're back at it with another cooking video. We got ourselves a Cooking with Cobra segment. Go ahead and throw on that hat real quick. There we go. Now, if you saw the fan mail unboxing, my fans sent me some seasoning and some ingredients to make a burger with. I'm going to save that jerky for a food review. But in the meantime, we're going to use the bacon jam and those kettle cooked chips for a delicious burger. Now, my buddy Jeremy, his Rasta staff broke, so he gave it to me to fix. I'm the one that made it in the first place, so kind of in the process of getting that fixed up. Can't really see it too well in the light, but that's alright. I got about 2 more steps to do to it before it's done. Yeah, buddy. I finished that s'mores beer and now cracked open an earthquake for the cooking video. Honestly, these are like the only 2 beers I've had today. Don't really feel like drinking that much today, to be honest. I get those periods where I crave alcohol and then I drink a lot of it and then I slow down, you know. I have the ability to slow down without it being an issue, so I don't see it as a problem. So come with me as we journey our way into another delicious cooking video. I got the stove turned on to a 7 and it's ready to go. I don't feel like getting the plate dirty, so I'm going to use this as my plate. Every good burger starts off with a good bun. And I like using Texas toast for my patty melts, YouTube. Of course, you can use whatever kind of bread you want. If you're trying to be more health conscious, you could use wheat bread. But there's a reason why I use Texas toast for my burger patties, because they're thick. The slices of bread are thick. And when the grease absorbs into your bread, it could potentially fall apart. You don't want that. So, that's why I use thicker bread for the burger patties, for the patty melts. Alright, so, in the last fan mail unboxing video, which I just uploaded to YouTube, one of my fans sent me some New Loon Twisted Q Bangin' Chop House Burger Seasoning. Take a look at that. As someone who makes a pretty good bacon cheeseburger, if I do say so myself, I like to try different seasonings. Probably should have opened it before starting the video, but that's alright. Oh, there we go. Okay. Open the lid and yeah, it needs to be opened. Alright, there we go. Just trying to find the seal to the lip of it. So it's fresh seasoning here. I'm gonna open it. Oh. Ho ho, YouTube. That seasoning smells good. So I'm going to pick 2 seasonings to use, maybe 3. Actually, I'm low on that, so kind of low on that too. Yeah, so let's just do 2 seasonings. We're going to use some bone-sucking sauce seasoning and some Bangin' Chop House burger seasoning right there. Beautiful. I'm going to throw a sprinkle of each one onto our bread. Now we got our bread seasoned up. We're going to drop the seasoned side down first, directly into our bacon and burger grease. And then we're going to add the same combination of seasoning to the top. Oh yeah. So I do appreciate my fans more than you know, YouTube. Thank you for the seasoning and the dank burger ingredients. The YouTube fan who sent the care package with the ingredients was, in the letter, he's like, could you make a burger with these ingredients? And I says, yeah, I sure can. Now we're going to use the same combination of seasoning on the beef. And then we're going to be done with our seasonings. By the time we season the beef and the bread, there's going to be a little bit of that seasoning in the pan. So you really don't need to season your bacon. So I'm going to go ahead and get that burger bun toasted up nicely. Yeah, buddy. Grab the beer. Of course, you already know, if you follow me on my YouTube, you already know how to cook a burger, hopefully. Just from watching one of my mini burger recipes. Let's set that down for a second. Let's give it a flip. Oh, I flipped that at just the right time, baby. Beautiful. Oh, that combination of seasoning smells quite lovely, YouTube. Oh, yeah. And then once we get it toasted up, we'll cook our beef and then our bacon. So I ordered a pizza from Domino's recently, and it was on a hand-tossed crust. I had to call it in to order it because you couldn't do this option on the order online, but I had them take a large hand-tossed pizza. I had them mix the garlic white Parmesan sauce with the barbecue sauce. And then for toppings, we had double the cheese, extra bacon, Philly cheesesteak, beef, onions, spinach, cheddar cheese. I smeared 2 dipping cups of garlic butter on top, and holy mackerel, that was a good pizza. I consider myself very grateful that the restaurants are still open. Some places don't even have that. But look at that toast action. That is just beautiful. The seasoning has been toasted up. There's going to be the outside of it. And this is going to be the inside of our sandwich. You can see where most of the grease toasted up on this one. So the one where all that grease is right there, that's going to be our bottom bun. Now we need a beef patty. Turn the camera this way a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to take our great value 100% pure beef burger patties, 80% lean, 20% fat. Grab ourselves a burger patty here. I'm sure there might be a burger snob out there who's like, oh my god, a frozen beef patty, And nobody's got time to be a beef snob. Shut up with that shit. Now, before we add our seasoning, we're going to add some butter to the pan. We got some country crock churn style. Yeah, buddy. So, keep the burger patty from sticking. And it'll also add some delicious flavor to it. So I'm going to drop a little bit here onto our pan. There we go. And we're going to melt that butter into a nice, and there we go, beautiful. We need to use that again, so hold on to that. And just like when we season our bread, we're going to do the top side first. A combination of our bone-sucking steak seasoning. A little bit of that. And then a lot of these seasonings are sent to me by my fans, and like I said, I greatly appreciate it. Gives me a chance to try something new with the burgers. And then we also got right here, our Twisted Q Bangin' Chop House Burger Seasoning. Not a sponsor, this is just free advertisement. And right there, that created just a perfect little puddle of melted butter for the patty to cook on. Beautiful. There we go, I'm going to drop the seasoned side down first. And we're going to season the other side. The same combination of seasoning. And that's all we're going to need for the seasoning. Just a little bit of that. There we go. Rub the seasoning all over the beef. There we go. Beautiful. A little bit goes a long way, people, so you don't need a whole lot. I'm going to throw a little bit of that butter on the top of our burger patty. And there. And there. There we go. Beautiful. And while that bottom cooks up and heats up, the top of that is going to melt the butter on top of that. There we go. We're done with the butter. Gonna put that up. And while it's cooking in that butter, we're going to add a splash of our Earthquake beer to the burger patty. Get you in on this camera action. Ooh-wee, grab a sip. Cooking with Cobra. Right there, look at that. That looks beautiful. Let's go ahead and pour a splash of beer in there. There we go, just like that. A little bit more. Perfect. Perfect. Splash of beer in it to cook that patty. Yeah, buddy. We got the butter, the beer, the nice smelling combination of seasonings right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll give that a flip here in a second. Now that beer and that butter and that burger grease are going to create a nice grease for the bacon to cook in. So there you go. Now the fan who made the freaking awesome care package that I got earlier, or both of them, one sent the seasoning, and the other one, it also came with this stuff right here, which is uncured bacon jam from TBJ. Look at that. Never heard of this stuff before. Have you guys ever heard of it? Well, we need to open it up anyways because we got a burger we're making. Ooh, YouTube, look at that. That looks kind of good, and I'm not gonna lie. Uncured bacon jam, huh? Interesting. We're gonna grab a nacho cheese Dorito and try a little bit. I would use these on here, but honestly, I'm gonna use the kettle cooked flaming hot chips that were sent in the care package. That'll make the fan who sent it just feel awesome. Alright. We'll flip that burger patty here in a second. Let's give this bacon jam a try. Get a scoop of it. Snack time, baby. Oh. 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 YouTube. That is freaking delicious, dude. I've never tried that before. TBJ Classic Uncured Bacon Jam. A sweet and savory spread. Oh, they ain't lying, man. That's some good eats right there, dude. I took a nacho cheese Dorito and just dipped it, and I was like, ooh. Where have you been? That's some good eats right there, man. That's good salt. That's good spread. Hell yeah. Let's go ahead and give this burger a flip. Now, when I flip the burger patty over, that butter's just going to melt right into it. There we go. Give that a flip. That'll give us a nice grease for our bacon. Grab a piece of thick cut bacon, tear it in half, throw it in there, wash your hands. Yeah, buddy. Then we'll cut some cheese for the burger, add our kettle cooked chips, and some of that bacon jam. Yeah, buddy. While our patty's cooking up, what should we call this burger? The bacon jammin burger, because it rocks your taste buds? Yeah, why not? The bacon jammin burger, because we be jamming with the bacon burger. Yeah, okay, that works. Why not? Why not? That's the name. There we go, that works. At this point, you really can't do much except wait patiently for your beef and your bacon to cook up. But once those are cooked up, you can turn off the stove. And then we can begin to assemble this crazy burger. I might add like a little bit of horseradish to that bacon jam just to give it some spicy kick. I don't know, I think the flaming hot cooked kettle chips are enough. I could if I wanted to, it really doesn't matter. Because it's a cooking video, alright? Check this out. Lay's kettle cooked flaming hot chips. Not a sponsor. Show that logo. One second. Before I open this bag, let me check the other side of this. And a little bit longer. A little bit longer on the other side and she'll be done. Alright. Now. This is also a fresh bag of chips right here that I got in the care package. The Doritos I bought or got at the store, yeah. Okay, anyway. Boop, pop it open. Alright. Take a look at that. Those definitely look like your classic flaming hot chips. Let's give them a try, shall we? Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is. I'm like, where's that flaming hot taste? Oh, there it is. They have a nice crunch to them. Just a really gorgeous red color. Look at that. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, we're gonna make a burger with those chips, that jam. Alright, so Go ahead and burger patty down right there. That burger patty is done. Beautiful. All right. Oh yeah, there we go. Damn, the flaming hot flavoring on that one sneaks up on you. Because you're sitting there waiting for it, like you take a couple and you bite on it, you're like, these ain't flaming hot, and then you get it, then you get a taste of it, and then it gets a little bit more intense, and then kind of just simmers a little bit. Not bad. I like them. All right, so we got some Oscar Mayer thick cut bacon. Grab a piece of that real quick, and with a clean hand, we're gonna open the fridge and put the pack back. Now we have all this bacon, burger, and buttery grease being reused and repurposed for our cooking video. So here, take this piece, tear it in half, drop it in the pan, wash our hands. Alright, so now I'm going to cook up that bacon for the burger. And then we'll put it on our sandwich. Hey, you know what? I want to try a little bit of horseradish with that bacon jam. It might be delicious. You never know. Of course, I like horseradish. That's just me personally. Give it some kick. Huh. Says here these chips were featured on The Voice. That's pretty cool. Speaking of singing shows, have you checked out The Masked Singer? I like watching that. It's a pretty good show. Of course, if you're a vegan, don't watch this part. But look at that bacon. Look at it. Splash of beer for the bacon. There we go. Smash that. Beautiful. Ooh, the camera getting all fogged up. Now, when you cook your beef and your bacon in beer, it kills the alcohol content, but it basically gives it the taste of beer. This Earthquake is pretty delicious. It's been a while since I had one. 10% high gravity lager. Can't beat it. That s'mores one I had earlier was kind of interesting. For the price of it though, I'm not going to be drinking that one too much because honestly the s'mores beer was too expensive for my personal palate. But other than that, it tasted fine. A little bitter, so that's an acquired taste for some, I would reckon. Oh, now that's just some beautiful looking bacon. I want to show you the bacon on both sides when I get it to the sandwich here, so you can see what it looks like when it's properly cooked. A lot of my haters talk shit and say that, you know, fuck the haters. That's all I gotta say. Fuck the haters. We're doing things on my channel, damn it. Well, I'm not gonna lie, the combination of seasonings that I used for the bacon and the beef, it smells really good. I used the same combination on the bread. Yeah, buddy. This is gonna be tasty for sure. I like my bacon to be a little bit chewy, but also have like a little bit of crispiness to it. If it's too chewy, it's just weird. I don't mind bacon that's chewy though. But if it's too chewy, you're just like, that's not cooked, you know? Like this piece right here, the first piece that I got done, see that right there? It's a little bit crispy on the edges, but fully cooked on both sides. Beautiful. Yeah, my buddy Jeremy, who's, you know him as Rasta Jeremy, his crystal staff broke, YouTube. He was going for a walk and I guess the crystal popped down and he lost it and couldn't find it. And he was so bummed about it too. And I'm like, dude, well, take it to me when I get money to go to the Wonder and I stock up on my quartz. I'll fix it for you. And that's what I've been doing. I'll be getting another batch of wands started here soon. Shout out to my buddy Marshall Peterson. He's a cool dude. Went to high school with him. I had to look up one of his relatives to find him on Facebook, and when I found his number on Facebook, I talk with him every day now. It's been a while, you know. And it's good catching up with friends you made in high school. Look at that. Also, a shout out to Michael Berkey. Yeah, buddy. Ooh, look at that. Here's the bacon on one side, fresh out of the pan. Here's that strip on the other side. Get it in the light there. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Alright, so we're going to take our pan off the stove, let that grease in the pan cool off. And kind of wipe down the stove real quick. I need to get me some oven cleaner. I'll do that one of these days. Beautiful. Alright, so now we need some cheese for our burger. I'll grab that real quick. I suppose if you wanted to really amp the flavor up on this, I would recommend the bacon and the cheddar cheese stuffed burger patties. I saw those at Walmart. They're good. These little frozen beef patties that you get, and they're stuffed with bacon and cheddar. Oh, you cook them up on the stove or on a grill. They're really good. I think I might have cooked. Yeah, if I remember correctly, YouTube, I did, in fact, try those on my channel. need some cheese. Now the only cheese I have on hand is this Kobe and Monterey Jack cheese. It's in a big old cube here, which is just fine with me. And what have I been saying on my channel, YouTube? You're stuck in quarantine. It really could be worse. You really could do worse. You know? So, shit, man. Make the best of what you got. You know, if you're stuck in quarantine, this could be a chance for you to brush up on your cooking skills. Try out new recipes. Binge watch YouTube. All the autistics and all the antisocial motherfuckers are like, dude, we're already prepared for this. We don't leave our houses anyway, right? Alright. So now, I'm gonna get some cheese for a burger. Right about there, perfect. Alright, so now we're going to take that same slice of cheese and we're going to, I mean, granted, yes, having a pre-sliced cheese would make this a little easier. You could just, you know, throw it on there, but that's alright. That's just alright, YouTube. Alright. Oh. Give me enough cheese for our burger. Let's see. That's a perfect amount of cheese for our burger. Alright, I'm going to take our fresh cube of cheesy, delicious goodness, and we're going to wrap her back up in the container, and then we're going to stick it back in the fridge, keep it fresh. If you cool cobras like the content, the cooking videos, subscribe for more. Ding that notification bell. That's a nice little bit of cheese right there, just enough to, so when we nuke it, it's going to melt all over that bacon and patty. Beautiful. Go ahead and drop the kitchen blade back in the sink. Alright, so we might need to address this top bun because that's looking a little plain. What do you guys think? That's what I'm thinking. So, yeah. Shout out to all my fans. This burger goes out to you guys and gals. Subbing to the channel. Appreciate it. We're going to take our extra hot horseradish sauce. And we're going to do a dabble of that onto our top bun. Stir it around the jar real quick. This is the extra hot horseradish that I get at Walmart. Not a sponsor. I don't know about you, man, but when I get me some horseradish, I want it to burn just a little bit, you know? I want it to I want horseradish that makes me cry like a little bitch. You know, that's what I'm talking about. This doesn't quite. I've gotten used to this particular stuff right here, but it doesn't make me cry, but it definitely has a nice spicy kick to it. So I'm going to spread that horseradish all over the top of that, just like that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Mm. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Boo. Yeah, buddy. I'll clear out your sinuses. Now we're going to add our bacon jam and our kettle cooked chips to the top bun. We're going to microwave it so the bottom bun gets all that cheese melted. This burger is shaping up, YouTube. Looking pretty dank. One of my fans are like, can you do a cooking video burger with these ingredients? And I'm like, well, we'll see what I can do. Alright, so I'm going to set this to the side for a second. Now on top of our horseradish, we're going to add some of that bacon jam. Dude, this stuff is delicious. I'm not even joking. Like, I dunked a nacho cheese Dorito in that, and it tasted just freaking delicious. A dab of it right there. And we're gonna mix that bacon jam all in with the horseradish. Just like that. Take our spoon and a clean spoon here and so mix the bacon jam and the horseradish together in perfect harmony right there on top. Beautiful. Oh, YouTube. Ooh, YouTube, that's tasty. Mmm. The way those two collide together, it's even spicier than this stuff. This stuff's not even spicy, this classic uncured. The bacon jam's not even spicy, but those kettle cooked chips are spicy, so I'm gonna have like a little bit of heat with that horseradish. That's gonna look nice. Put this jam back in the fridge. Alright, so now we're going to add some of those kettle cooked flaming hot chips to the top of our burger. The reason why we put the condiments down first is so when we stick the chips in there, the sauce literally holds the chips to the bread. Yeah, buddy. Not quite sure how this is going to turn out. It's kind of assembling it as I go, you know. That's cooking in a nutshell, really. It's a lot of great recipes got started by people just throwing it together and being like, oh, I wonder how this is going to turn out. There we go. That's enough of those. These are pretty good for sure. Stick these in the cupboard for later. Alright, so now we have our chips on top of the sandwich. And now we're gonna melt the cheese on top of our burger patty. Yes, please. Now there's a reason why I melt the cheese on top of the burger in the microwave. I know you can do it on your in your pan. You throw in like a little bit of butter, some beer, and then you put like a pan on top of it. And it steams the cheese. You can do that, but the risk is you get crusted on cheese stuck to your pan, and that stuff's annoying as shit. When you get crusted cheese stuck to your pan, you're just like, fuck, on top of everything else. You're like, no, dude, no, 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 no. This simplifies it. It's already cooked. I put it in there for a minute 34 and just let it go. I'm watching it like a hawk, so that way we don't overdo it. There's a texture on the cheese that I want when I pull it out of the microwave. And you'll see what I mean here in a second. Of course, if you watched the last bacon cheeseburger video, you already know. Shout out to all the cooking channels, the foodies out there on YouTube doing your thing. Yeah, buddy. Shout out to my fans. Thanks for rocking with me on YouTube. Appreciate it. Got about 48 seconds left. Hey, look at that. That created a nice cheesy puddle over the top. There's a little bit of solidness to the cheese, but it's also melted at the same time. So, yeah, look at that on top of the burger patty. Beautiful. So I want to crown this sandwich real quick. Oh, back on there. Push it down a little bit so those chips crunch. Now I want to flip it over so it's upside down because there's literally steam. The steam coming off this bottom bun is ridiculous, right? So this is a trick that Gordon Ramsay taught me. When you're making a burger, let it cool off before you eat it so it doesn't just gush all over your fingers, all over your arms, you know. And this is something I like to do is if I can, I'll flip the burger upside down after I get done making it to this point, so that way all the grease from that burger patty that's absorbed into the bottom bun has time to cool off. But yeah, I'd call that a bacon cheeseburger. That looks pretty decent. Not gonna lie, it smells kind of good too. Hell yeah. Alright, so let's go set the camera down right quick. We're definitely gonna let that burger cool off before we munch into it. Because that's the procedure of things. Oh, the smell of beef and bacon. Alright, so I might have to turn on this other light so we can get a better view of this burger. Ooh-wee. Now take a look at that. That looks pretty freaking tasty, I'm not gonna lie. We'll be munching on that here in a second. It's fresh out of being prepared. So we're gonna let that cool off for a second before we try a bite. Hell yeah. Man, that cheese just melted on top of it. Oh yeah. I'll be doing more live videos when I get some more wand wood. I might do a wand making ASMR, or not ASMR. I could make it an ASMR if I wanted to, but tomorrow when I get more wand wood and I get to carving them, I might make a live video carving them. What you see in the background is my buddy Jeremy's staff. It needed to be fixed, so I fixtured it. Like I said, I've only got about 2 more things to do to it, and it'll be done. Yeah. But yes, sir, this burger just looks absolutely freaking delicious. Now once the glue's done drying on this final layer, I'm going to trim the excess on the leather, and then I'm going to podge that end, especially because of what I done added to it. Yeah. So, yeah. It looked pretty awesome when I first made it, but when the old crystal fell out, it needed a new quartz crystal on top of it. I would consider that passable. Yeah. Dig the hat, baby. Cooking with Cobra. Get it. Yeah, buddy. Is it cooled off enough? Yes, it is. Alright, I'll flip it back over right side up. Take a look at that, YouTube. Yeah. Alright, let's get a bite. That's good, yo. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, the cut little chips add a nice crunch to it. Man, if I could have done things differently, I would have avoided adding horseradish to it. It tastes alright, but it's a weird combination with the bacon jam. Oh yeah. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Get a load of that cross section. Oh. I'm actually not very hungry at the moment. I'm gonna end up taking a couple more bites of it and then saving it for later. But I did want to make a cooking video for my fans because they sent me some kick-ass ingredients to make a delicious burger, so I'm like, yeah. Actually, you know what? That is pretty good. The seasoning I used complements the taste of the kettle cooked chips. Ooh, that burger is juicy, man. Look at that. We got a close-up of it right there. It's all squirting juice on me. Even though I'm not very hungry, I want to finish this because I need to. Yeah, buddy. That's actually not half bad. It's interesting. It's one of those burgers like the one I made for Darth Lenny where it's good, but it's hard to describe the taste. Ooh. The horseradish is good on it, but like I said, if I were to remake it, I would remake it without the horseradish next time. But other than that, that's actually pretty good. I don't mind the horseradish on there. It's just, it's a weird combination. But it tastes good. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah. That combination of seasoning that I used, like I said, is pretty good. Here's a cross section of it with the plate underneath. There we go. Yes. The kettle cooked flaming hot chips and the horseradish actually add a nice spicy little kick to it. Yeah, this is actually decent. My first couple of opinions on it were kind of like, it's all right. But as I'm sitting here munching on it, I'm like, actually, you know what? This is, yeah. Like I said, if I were to remake it, I'd remake it without the horseradish and just do the bacon jam. But yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh-wee. Grab me a drink of that beer real quick. Oh yeah. Hell yeah, tubes, that's what's up. Louie, I'll get back to eating it here in a second. I'm taking a minute to savor the heat on that. The bacon jam might be a little bit spicy. I don't remember. I have to double check the jar, but oh yeah. Mm. Oh yeah. I was getting full halfway through the burger, and I'm kind of like, ooh, but don't save it for later. Just eat it. Mm. Last couple of bites, baby. Excuse me. Mm. Yep. Oh yeah. That bread, properly toasted. Ooh, that's good. Oh, well, hell yeah, that was good. Mm. That wasn't too bad, YouTube. That was actually pretty decent. Although if I were to remake that, um, like I said, I wouldn't put horseradish on it. It tasted fine with the burger, but it added a weird combination to it. But yeah, buddy. Anyways, YouTube, hope y'all have a good night. Mm. Now that the burger is said and done, gonna wrap up this here video. Yeah, buddy. Booyah. Check out the hat. Get it. Asperger's, excuse me. Oh man, that's ripe. Okay, that didn't take long for it to disappear. The smell of the beef and the bacon overpowered it. But hell yeah, YouTube, that burger was pretty good. The fan who sent that awesome care package was like, could you make a burger with these? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Ooh-wee. That hit the spot. Anyways, YouTube, thank you for watching the delicious cooking video. And if you like the Cooking with Cobra segments, subscribe for more, baby. Yeah.